Hi guys! Welcome back to Am Sam Fam! Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving. We have no one on just yet. That's okay. The replay, you'll get to see what it's like when there's nobody watching us.
I'm just going through the comments where I posted here on YouTube yesterday, looking at some of the questions we got asked so we can be ready to answer them. So right now, while nobody's on, we just wanted to, first off, before we start getting any other questions, we wanted to make sure to take this opportunity to say Happy Thanksgiving, but also to just say thank you to all of you, to show our gratitude. Like I said in our post, we don't want to take time away from your family or away from celebrating this day of thanks, but what we wanted to do was just come together to connect and to show our gratitude to all of you for watching and for supporting all, like every comment you guys write down there we read, and it just shows us how our hard work and our effort is appreciated, and it makes it so worthwhile to keep on going. Hey, Manalay, happy Thanksgiving!
Okay, well, let's go ahead and grab some of the questions that came in over the post that you posted yesterday.
Yep, let me pull them up.
So if you're joining us here, yeah, hey Joe, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Hey, let us know, give us a comment, tell us where you're coming in from too, so we know who's watching us, who we're talking to. Hey, Central Valley, California.
Hey, March.
Happy Thanksgiving, March. Hey, Rita.
Alaska, Colorado. Awesome, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you too.
Have you guys, now you guys are a few hours ahead of us. Have you already had your Thanksgiving dinner?
Ooh, from Auckland.
Auckland.
Mexico, the opposite of Polynesia.
Hey, Auckland, happy Thanksgiving. I know it's not your Thanksgiving, but happy Thanksgiving anyways.
I want to know, so are you working today or do you get to have the day off too?
Seattle from Hawaii.
From Aussie.
Oxnard.
Oxnard.
Oxnard, okay.
I don't know, I think that's how we say it. Another California.
Christina's off today, nice.
Very nice.
Stockton, California, nice. We like Stockton.
Just got off. Good, I'm glad you did.
Ooh, we're at the airport today. I heard that nobody's supposed to be flying, so you shouldn't have to do a lot of work, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering how busy that is.
Hey, Riverside, good to see you. I spent a lot of time in Riverside growing up.
I've got an aunt and uncle right next door to you too. Minnesota, brr.
Yeah.
Here, we'll send our warm breezes to you, Minnesota, Nikki.
Yeah, Christina likes our background, thanks. It's a little more colorful than our last background for our last live video.
Yeah.
But this is actually our backyard. This is where our house is 10 feet away from us over here. So this is our view. So we're hashtag blessed.
I know. Park City, nice.
Melinda's sister used to live in Park City.
Yeah. Good. Just finished your dinner. How was it? We haven't had ours yet. A couple more hours. Kitsap County, Washington. Nice.
Yeah, Joe, I think we've told you this before. Holden was born in Washington, in the Tri-Cities area. So whenever he hears somebody from Washington, he gets really excited. So we'll tell him that you say hi from Washington.
Christine, you asked where the kids are.
Them eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. Sydney, I saw you there. Sydney, Australia. We love it there.
We were there about 2 years ago, and we loved it so much.
There still.
Oh, so Maui, you're saying it's cold and windy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Yes, you too. Happy Thanksgiving.
So feel free if anybody has any questions. Doesn't have to be Thanksgiving
there we
related.
go.
Oh, there we go. And trucking jobs in American Samoa. I feel for you. I actually know a little bit about the trucking industry. I used to work for a company called truckstop.com, so like a load matching company, and so I know enough about trucking, and I've put a lot of thought into it since I've been here. And the truth is there's just not a lot. There are a few trucks you see on the roads, but they're obviously, I mean, the whole island is like 26 miles long, so they're very short little trips that people take, and maybe that's good. Maybe that's the kind of job you're looking for. It's not. All right. Can everybody see us? Are we live?
Oh, you know that brokerage. That's cool.
There you go.
Good. Tacoma. Nice. We spent a lot of time up there. We had some good friends up in Tacoma. Tacoma, Samoan. Are you cooking a traditional Samoan or traditional American Thanksgiving?
So I guess there's a funny story that we'll tell you with how Thanksgiving. Last year we did a really cool blending of Samoan and the American Thanksgiving, where we actually did our own umu here. And for anybody that doesn't know, most of you I'm sure have a good idea what umu is. But umu is like the earth oven, so it's you basically cook a big fire, or you make a big fire with like river rocks in there, get them really hot. And then you put the food wrapped in stuff or not into the river rocks and cover it all with banana leaves, and you let it just sit there and kind of steam cook for 30 minutes.
Are we back? Looks like we're still rolling. So yeah, we're going to get our whole Thanksgiving dinner from Equator Restaurant, from the restaurant there in Tradewinds Hotel, which we are really excited about.
No, the internet's going a little weird for us here too. Is it Mary or Marie? I'm sorry, I've always wondered that. You
I know.
comment a lot. I've always wondered how you pronounce your name. There's something going on with our internet here. I think it's probably that everybody in the neighborhood, they're sitting around on their phones,
Off
and
work.
so they're using up all the bandwidth. This might have been a bad time for us to do this live.
Lessons learned.
Yeah.
How do you want to say Happy Thanksgiving to everybody?
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Second one, okay. Marie, right?
Marie, was that?
Mary.
Let's
Now I
see.
forget which one I said second.
I know, me too.
We
Okay.
are not Samoan.
Marie is first, he is second.
Which one?
Sorry about that.
Okay, so you asked are we Samoan? No, we're not. Marie. We're not Samoan, regrettably. Nope. We even took some DNA tests for Christmas last year, and nope. Sorry. At heart, we are though.
Yeah, definitely. It is funny. I don't know how to say this in a way where it's not going to maybe sound weird, but we've been here long enough now that like I have a very clear understanding that I'm not Samoan. But when I see like Samoans represented in media, I feel in some way. Let's see if that works better. We might be live. Hey, okay.
Okay. We're back. We're sorry about this, guys.
We just changed to a different Wi-Fi, so hopefully that'll work a little better.
Yeah. Okay. What were we talking about? I don't remember. Let's.
It's the most profitable career out there, whether it's blue collar or white collar.
Good question.
I think the people that make the most money here are typically business owners. So I mean, that's what I would go with. I would say if you have a good business idea and you come here and it's something that could really benefit the territory, and you put a little bit of your own seed money into it and get something started here, if it's the right thing for the territory, it could really take off and you could do pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this place has so much potential that if you were to come here and you've got a good business idea and you've got enough to get it up and going, then you could do really well here. see. Have you guys tried climbing or racing up any coconut trees? My dad always talked about those stories. We tried climbing them. We've never tried racing. We're not very successful at climbing. So.
No, it's harder than it looks.
Yeah, it is.
We should try again though.
I know.
Learn how to do it.
It's a good idea.
Got the one behind me. I'm not gonna try right now. I'll try. I'll start working on it again.
We'll
I did
show
see
you.
a cool video before we even moved here. I thought about it ever since. Never tried it. But these guys were taking like fibers from the hibiscus roots, I think, and they were kind of making ropes out of them, and we kind of making a loop out of it, putting their feet through the loop, and then using that to kind of climb up the tree, so it would grab on while they're going up, and it made it look a lot easier. So maybe we'll play around with that idea and make a video of it if it works out.
Let's see. Yeah, Brock, that's about how it feels. He says you're not Samoan, but you have a bit of that Samoan pride.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
a good way to put
to
it.
describe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hi from American Samoa. Hi, Joshua. We're glad that you could hi, neighbor.
Somebody else from Avanave I saw up above
Nice.
tuning in.
These are so great. So I had a question from somebody who asked earlier, what's the biggest adjustment your family had to do as far as job difference when moving to Samoa? So I'm gonna let you start this off.
Big adjustment that our family had to go through. Well, you know, it's not necessarily the same now. I took a new job about 6 months ago, and it's keeping me really busy, but the biggest adjustment I would say we had to make coming here was getting used to just working so little, if that makes sense. Not like I didn't work hard, but my family was used to me taking business trips and being gone for a week at a time sometimes, and waking up at 5 in the morning and not getting home till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And it's just kind of how life is in the States sometimes when you're really working hard. And when we moved here, work, and I should say I worked at the local government here when we first moved here, and it was hard for me to adapt to work being done at 4. I mean, everybody's gone at 4, nobody's around anymore. And so, I mean, sometimes there's just no more work you can do if there's nobody else there you need to be working with on things. So I'd come home early, and so we kind of had to figure out wow, what are we all going to do as a family now that we can spend so much family time together? And
All of a sudden, Nate was around every evening and for dinner every night. It was good. Nina, happy Thanksgiving to you too. Joshua asked, what village are we in? We're in Nu'uli.
Yeah, Joshua saw us at the barbecue place next to the bookstore.
Oh yeah, that's
The
one of our
barbecue-
favorite places.
Yeah, that is good. We like going there. So, okay, this is a very un-Samoan of us, but we don't like turkey tail. But then they've got a great plate where they'll load it up like turkey tail and this chicken and rice and the
Sapasui.
Oh yeah, sapasui, all this good stuff there. And we'll go there and we'll kind of ask them if they'll just give us the 2 pieces of chicken instead of a piece of chicken and turkey tail. And they usually do that for us.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge amount of food for $5. It's delicious too.
Yeah,
Really good.
it's all for $5. Yeah. Okay, does that shorter work day hold true for most workplaces?
I would say in general it does.
Yeah, in general, most people just finish up at about 4.
Stop.
Hallie's over here talking to us, trying to get our attention.
Yeah, I think it does
Absolutely.
most places. It's different from where I'm at now. Like I said, I moved to a different job about 6 months ago, and I'm in kind of more of a management executive role. And so there's just a steep learning curve. So I've had to work a lot more. But even at the place I work, almost everybody is done and out the door and home, by 4:30 at the latest. So pretty much most places it's like that.
No. You see me out jogging, I do that from time to time. It's my sanity time. I love to go run, and I'll be honest, that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up. When we first moved here, and we came from, higher elevation, and I thought, it'll be so nice. It'll, lower elevation, it'll be no problem at all to go running, but I got here and I think it's the combination of the heat and the humidity, and it took me a while to adjust and for my body to become acclimated, specifically for when I would go running. It felt like just heavy around me. And so after 3.5 years, I've gotten acclimated and now it's back to like feeling really good to go running. So if you're a runner or if you like to do cardio, just yeah, get ready to get used to it.
And we're very lucky where we live in Nu'uali. We're not very far from where the ocean road opens up, and it's just the nice curvy road between like Nu'uali and Utule. And so it's a great place to go run or bike, or I go take long walks there at night, and we're lucky where we are. It's, some people just walk around like a neighborhood, and we're lucky to be able to walk around, run, walk this like really beautiful ocean road. You think you'll ever consider getting a Malu?
Oh, me. I would consider it. Yeah, I don't have any tattoos currently, and it's not something that I ever considered before coming here, but being here and yeah, becoming, I don't know, more a part of the island and the culture and stuff, that is something that, yeah, I would definitely consider it. For anybody who doesn't know, the Malu is it's like the female tattoo that the women here get on their like thighs and down just below their knees.
And the question was also, would I consider the Peya? I think one thing to consider, so I do have this tattoo, and but what our understanding is about the real traditional tattoos is that they're never just for looks here. They're not just to look cool, to look good. A tattoo like inherently has a kind of responsibility attached to it in essence, where if you're getting like a Peya or the Malu, it's because you have a certain role in society, and you have a certain responsibility to your family, to your community, to the Ainga, and so the thought of us getting the Malu or the Peya is probably, we feel like it would be out of line for us to get at that level, because we're not titled, we'll never have titles, we aren't, and probably will never be as integrated into the community and have the opportunity to have that level of responsibility. It's kind of what we thought. So doing something like what I did, this was also not meant to just look cool. When I got this, not terribly long after I got here, it was after I learned about the importance of the tatau. And I wanted to get something to show that I wasn't being disrespectful. I wasn't trying to wear something that showed that I was, of a level that I'm not in the community, but something to show that I was committed to the island, to the people of the island. I wanted to work hard and, not just take advantage of the island and bring my own culture here, but instead I wanted to be part of the culture and to celebrate the culture. It's the balance that I tried to strike when I did this. I don't know, maybe I missed the mark on that. Let me know if I'm not right about that, if I've messed up any part of that.
Good, thank you. Somebody said that's a perfect description of it.
Oh, thank you, good.
Yeah. Oh, did you get your tattoo modern style or traditional?
A little bit of both. I got it was a 100% Samoan man that did this, and what I told him is a little bit about me, and I said, kind of transpose that into the tatau in any way that you think it would look best, and he chose almost everything there. The only thing that's different is I actually have these Aboriginal dots right here, and he didn't put those on. These few dots I had put on when we were in Australia. So.
And why is that? Why is Australia important to you?
Oh, okay.
It's not just random.
It's not just random. Australia, so my grandfather was born and partially raised in Australia. We got a lot of family on that side, so we definitely have some blood there, and I have a little bit of my identity in Australia as well.
Yeah. So. All right, but as far as traditional or modern, it was with a tattoo gun, not like the tap-tap tatau. So.
Oh yeah, in that way, I'm sorry, yeah, I wanted to do the tap-tap. There's not a lot of artists here that do it regularly, and it's really hard to get scheduled with them, but I think I'm gonna have it filled out more, and I'm gonna try to do it the full traditional way.
Yeah.
Maybe even more tattoos, right?
Just cover the whole body with
the whole body.
All right, I saw some more. Let's see.
Hello from North Carolina. Oh man, have some barbecue for us.
Oh, yeah.
We get lots of good Samoan barbecue, but I'll be honest, I really miss like good Southern barbecue. And you know, North Carolina barbecue is its own special kind too. So enjoy that for us today.
Yeah. What state did we come from? We moved here from Idaho. But you say you're from Utah. That's where I was born. So spent a lot of time there visiting family too. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I saw this question. Have you guys experienced or seen any ghosts?
Oh, you gonna tell them your story?
I won't necessarily tell the whole thing. It's kind of a long story. I was sitting, Nate was at work, the kids were at school. I was sitting at home with the door open, just doing some work one day, and I had this I thought it was kind of a weird experience where there was this older woman who came, and it was a little bit weird. And any time I've told somebody local here about this story, I mean like maybe 3 times, they tell me, oh, that was a ghost. And I'm not a real big believer in ghosts or
You have to tell.
the
You have to actually
supernatural.
just tell the whole story because it's a good story. It's really,
Okay.
if nothing else, it's a funny story.
Okay, so I'm sitting here doing work, and like there's a door right there, and
Open to the
there's-
ocean.
Yeah, out towards the ocean, and I'm sitting there, working away, and I look up, and right in the doorway, there's this older, like shorter woman, Samoan woman, and she's just like, no joke, she's doing this, like looking around the inside, and I'm like, whoa, hello there. And so I say, hi, hello. And she didn't respond. She just kept looking around. And so I said, hello, can I help you? I said a little bit louder, and she didn't respond, like didn't even look at me, didn't acknowledge that I was there talking. And so I, kind of finish up what I'm doing and look up, and she's just turning to walk away, but we had some of our snorkel gear and some stuff right outside the doorway, and so she's kind of looking around, and so I think that's kind of a little bit weird. So I stand up, and she's kind of making her way away.
Walking very slowly,
Walking
kind of like
very
feebly.
slowly.
Like she
Yeah.
wasn't walking more than, a couple feet a minute kind of speed.
And so by the time I get up and I go to the doorway, she was gone. And so I walk out a little further, I look around this side of the house, she's not there. I look around the other side of the house, and she's not there. And so I didn't, my mind didn't go to ghost. I just thought, oh, okay, that was kind of weird, and I'm gonna make sure I lock the house because for me, I felt like somebody was snooping around. But yeah, like I said, anybody local here that I've ever told that story to, they tell me that it was a ghost. So I don't know, that's my one ghost story.
There you go. Alvin asks, you have whales? Yeah, there's a lot of whales that migrate past here during
Humpback whales.
like October, so not too far from this time of year. It's probably just a month or two ago that we were down at the treehouse not far from our house looking out there and saw whales breaching and jumping just off of our beach here, just on
Yeah.
the other side of the breakers there. So
could
we
see
definitely
their-
get them the right time of year.
Yeah, we can see their blow, and also, yeah, breaching. Okay, somebody says, didn't y'all live in Cali? We did. So Nate grew up in LA until he was 12. And then right after we were married, well, you lived down there a couple times after that. But then
Yeah.
right after we were married, the two of us moved down there and lived down there for a couple years while Nate went to community college down there. Took advantage of their cheap community college schooling.
Yeah.
Let's see, somebody asked, actually speaking of college, if there are any colleges down here. And yes, there is one community college. And there was another one, but it went under or something, I don't know.
It was
But
a remote, a satellite location for another school. But yeah, I think that the parent company went bankrupt. So now we are down to, as far as I understand,
Yeah.
there's really one main college here. It's American Samoan Community College. There may be a couple of smaller satellite locations for some other schools though. But that's the main one, people.
Yeah.
go to. There is
Heard
no
good things about it.
American Samoa Law School. If you guys watched the TV show, that the lawyer went to law school in American Samoa, that doesn't actually exist here.
No.
Just for your information. Now you know.
Let's see. Hello from Melbourne. When we went to Australia, we heard really good things about Melbourne, but we never actually made it down there. So next trip, we are all set to go down.
It's like the top of our list.
Yep, to Melbourne to
Yeah.
check it out this time.
Better Call Saul. That's this year. That's right.
Oh,
Better Call
okay.
Saul. He went to the American Samoa Law School or something like that. Yeah. We
That's
actually get that
funny.
question pretty often. I had to look it up to figure out why people kept asking that.
All right, let's see. There was, oh, thank you, Enrique. Let's see, what made you and your family choose American Samoa rather than any of the other 100 Pacific islands? Great question. The easy answer is, like the short answer is this is where we got the job, but we got the job here because,
Well, because we looked around at some other places. So Samoa was very important to me. I had a very close connection with Samoan culture specifically, so I wanted to do Samoa. And looking between American Samoa and Samoa, they're both great options. I liked them both. But it seemed like just being U.S. citizens would be easier to find something in American Samoa. So we actually didn't even try to find jobs anywhere else. We went right to American Samoa and started looking around, trying to find a way to earn a living and be able to afford to live out here.
we're so glad we did. Let's see.
We did not get to the Great Barrier Reef when we were in Australia, by the
No.
way. There's a question up there.
We didn't realize how big Australia is.
We were such dumb, just ignorant tourists. We
Foreigners.
thought we'll go there. We're going to be in Brisbane. It's like right next to the Great Barrier Reef. I mean, how big is it? It's huge. It's like another airplane ride to get to the Great Barrier Reef from Brisbane.
Yeah.
Which we thought was,
Or like a multi-day driving trip, and we only had 2 weeks, and we had, yeah. We didn't plan on the time it would take to get up to the Great Barrier Reef. So that's another one. We need to get down to Melbourne. I mean, we want to do lots of stuff still in Australia, so.
Well, to be honest though, so we don't love to go do the most touristy things. We had a really amazing trip. We spent like 3 weeks in Australia 2 years ago, and we did a couple of touristy things, like we went and saw the Sydney Opera House and a couple things like that. But for the most part, we try to get off the beaten path. So we like rented a car and drove the back roads from Sydney to Brisbane and stopped at every little place along the way and got off the tourist path. And it was an amazing trip. We really loved it and enjoyed ourselves and could see ourselves. If we're going to be leaving American Samoa anytime, it'll be because we found a job or a way to actually get to Australia. And we'll go spend some time over there.
Yeah. Absolutely loved it. Okay, I was just looking up.
Joshua, I have to ask. You keep mentioning Aunu?
Aunu.
Okay, is it Aunu? Is that you? Or is it Aunu? Because I was thinking Aunu, but he's spelling it pretty consistently, A-U-N-N-U, which is not a location I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I guess I'm just assuming it's all new.
Because you're saying some pretty interesting things about it out there.
I know, yeah.
Saying that you've seen some whales out there, and there's a whale that died out there a week or two ago. Uh-oh, my iPad's getting too hot. I have to turn
You're
the
holding
iPad
it
off.
up in the sun. Talofa from Vegas. Hey, Vegas. Enrique from Florida. Thank you. Sure you can. Can I bring it up on mine?
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up on yours. I had the iPad on, but I think it's hot out here today, so the iPad overheated.
Okay.
Hey, San Jose.
The one, my grandpa used to live in San Jose. I've been there a
It's
couple
too hot to
times.
use right
I
now.
went running in San Jose before.
You'll take it in. They'll let
I
you
watched
walk
one
now.
video about the Tanoa tattoo clothing. Do you think they sell online? They do, yes. What's the website for Tanoa? It's Tanoa.
If I was .co, I think it's .shop maybe.
I think
We
so,
struggled
yeah.
finding this. Tanoa clothing is so awesome, guys, and it's such a
I've
cool
got-
little. Yeah, there you go. It's a little taste of American Samoa and Samoa anywhere you're at. So just Google Tanoa clothing, and it'll take you to whatever the online location is for your country, and you guys can pick up cool Tanoa clothes wherever you're at.
Feedback. Okay, there we go. I pulled it up on my phone so we can be able to see all your comments still.
So I think we'll do about another 10 minutes. So any other questions you have, go ahead and shoot. And then we're gonna let everybody get back to their Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay, what kind of career are you guys? I guess fitness instructor. I worked at the local YMCA there in Caldwell, Idaho. And shout out to the YMCA. And so I decided, I had been doing that for 12 years, and I decided to take a break from that. And when we moved here, just focus on settling in. We homeschooled our kids for the first year, and so my focus was really on making sure that it was as easy of a transition as possible. While I was doing that, I was blogging. So I did have a website, Traveling Outside the Box, that I was blogging on. And then as I would share stories of our time here in American Samoa, as well as just general travel information, I started to notice that there was a lot of interest in the American Samoa specific stuff. And so, which is where AmSamFam started. I kind of let the travel blog peter out, and moved over to American Samoa specific stuff. And so that's really my gig, is I write and photography, video, and what we're doing now is perfect for what I do.
Just so you guys know, Melinda does 100% of the editing for all of our videos. I do some of the video shooting, usually the blurry stuff, that's from me. And then I'm on the video sometimes, but Melinda does 99% of the work on the channel. So if you guys like
nice.
the cinematography, it's all because of her. If you don't like it, it's also just because of her.
That's my bad.
And then I studied economics. I've been an economist most of my career, including when we came here. I was the economist for the territory. But about 6 months ago or so, like I said, I moved over to one of the banks here in the territory, and I've been kind of taking a different role at the banks. I'm in banking now.
It's been a good move.
It's a boring answer on my part, sorry.
Let's see, do you guys visit Upolu or Apia yet? If so, what was your favorite spot you visited? Yes, we've been over there a few times. We've only taken the kids, I think, once
Yeah.
to and from Australia, but we went out to Tosua Trench.
Yeah, we say that we like to get off the beaten path and not do the tourist thing. It's like the most touristy thing you can do in Samoa.
But for good reason. That place is awesome.
Yeah.
If you go to Samoa and you haven't been, go to Tosua Trench. We went there that one time, and now we can't stop going.
That is one of those tourist things that it's worth every single bit of the notoriety it gets, is because it's really, really amazing there.
Yes, absolutely. We also went to, what's his name? The museum for the writer.
Oh, that is a neat place. That's the Robert Louis Stevenson Museum. It's his old manor out there, and it's just like on these beautiful grounds. It's also really neat. It's just kind of a fun step back in time and to kind of connect with the Treasure Island kind of feel. And yeah, it's neat to be able to go up and see that too.
Yeah, it was cool.
We have not been out to Savaii yet, and it is high on our list. We've actually connected with a couple people through AmSamFam that are out there that have invited us to come out and check it out, and they're gonna show us around. So as soon as the airplanes are I guess the flights are open between American Samoa and Samoa, and we're gonna be on some of those first flights trying to get out there and making some good videos and showing off that too, because it's pretty great out there.
Yeah, it's our close neighbor. So anybody who's coming to American Samoa, it's a quick hop, as long as the borders are open.
Yeah.
It's a quick hop over there, so it's part of the experience here.
Yeah, it's good to know if you do come here, you've got to just like schedule enough time to be able to fly over to at least Apia and go check out some of Upolu, because that's like $150 round trip to do that, which is just dirt cheap for an airplane flight.
Yeah.
You know?
When my sister came and visited, and we took a little girls trip, me, my sister, and Hadley. We went over there. We went to Tosua again, and yeah, just went and took her around to the markets and to some of the different restaurants over there too, which was a lot of fun. Let's see. Lots of nice things. So nice. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Are some areas of the island much more or less expensive than others to live, or is it pretty similar overall? I'd say it's very similar
I
overall.
think it's pretty similar.
From what we've seen. There you guys, our shade has moved because the sun moved,
Let's
and
back it up a little. Let's see if we can get in the shade a little more again.
you guys see me keep my sweat. Sorry, you have to. From Colombia, hey Colombia, we had really good friends here who were here living for about 6 months. Who the wife was from Colombia. We told them we'd come visit one day, so we'll
Yeah.
come visit. From Sydney. This is cool. Victor, Talofa, thank you for showing us home. We've been struggling with decision to move back. Now we are definitely doing so after this lockdown. Bless your family. That makes me so happy to
Yeah,
hear.
That's so great.
I'm glad that like our love of this place has been able to come through our videos so that you can see us to live.
Yeah.
So if you have any idea in your mind, especially if you've got family connections here, then yeah, I'd say come out, give it a go.
You know, just one of the things about American Samoa is that there's just not a lot of opportunity for to be born here, raised here, and to professionally grow to the point that you might want to grow to. And it's not because it's impossible, it's just there's not as many opportunities. It's harder to do it. So most people have to get on some type of a career track or to get where they want to go, to grow in their career to a certain point. And it's necessary for a lot of people, but it's hard on the island because there's some major brain drain. So like all this young talent, they leave to go try to better themselves, which it's good for them. Get to call this here in a
Yeah.
few minutes, I think.
Let's see this numbers start moving. It's amazingly beautiful today. We're getting into summertime. So the trade winds are dying down, which makes it at least feel hotter. But right now there's a good breeze blowing. Samoan food. I know mine right away. Palosami and
Good
either
palosami is
taro
hard to
or or ulu.
I like Coco Samoa too, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, I think it counts. If you've seen our video, our cheat day video, speaking of Coco Samoa, I love the Coco Samoa brownies. Shout out to cheat day. I can't get enough of those.
But they make, it's hot chocolate, but it's with the local, like cocoa from Samoa, and the way that they process it and stuff, it's kind of, it almost has like a burnt taste to it, but like you mix it up with like the sugar and stuff in, and it makes like a really good hot chocolate with little nibs that you get to chew on, and I like that. It's good.
Okay, UFT says you should teach your kids Samoan language. That'd be cool. You're right. That would be really cool. We just have to learn it first. But we should learn it together.
Yeah.
Luckily, the kids through school, they go to a public school, and so Samoan is a subject, and so they learn and they know way more than we do
Way
because
more.
it's part of their education.
I would say, and this is cool, they do the majority of like their counting in Samoan. Like at
Yeah.
home when they're counting things, they count in Samoan.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten to that point, so that's really neat.
Yeah. Talofa from St. George. Hey, St. George. Well, your name isn't St. George. Renee. Hey, Renee.
St. George is a cool town.
Beautiful there. I worked at the Grand Canyon for like 6 months, and we would take lots of trips over to St. George from there. Let's see. Victor your wife wants to know if Amazon delivers here. Yes. Most things.
Well, yeah, so because Amazon is typically, there's a lot of littler people that sell through Amazon, you can almost always find something that will be delivered here through Amazon.
Like the Shadow Catcher says, Amazon delivers certain items to Samoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just have to look.
You just be prepared that you might not get the cheapest item. It might cost a little more, but you can usually find what you're looking for. They'll be delivered here.
We mostly use eBay, which sounds old school.
Sounds so 2004. But eBay, we can always find what we're looking for and get it delivered here.
Yeah, they're really good about that. Were your kids in culture shock when first experiencing school and the diverse other kids? So like I said, I homeschooled the kids for the first year that we were here, just because we weren't really sure to ease that transition to our move here. I homeschooled them for the first year. So by the time we put them into school, we had been here for a year. And so they had, been interacting with some of the local village kids and kids from the church. And so I don't think it was too bad. There was a little bit of,
Bullying.
yeah,
I would say that was the biggest culture shock I saw from it. For the first time in their lives, they were bullied because of the color of their skin. We came from
Yeah.
Idaho, where they had lived most of their lives in Idaho, where it's just like, it's 85% white, and everybody they knew looked like them when we came here. At first, it wasn't a big deal that they were white. They got a lot of good attention for it because they were different than most people. But when they got to school, they got some of the negative attention. So that
yeah,
took a little getting used to for them.
yeah. Marie, you love eBay too. Good, us too. Oh, Ethan, come to Denmark someday? I would love to.
That would be so
cool. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, maybe a quarter, maybe an eighth, something like that. I'm like very high amount of my blood is from Denmark. That was a really weird way to say that. But yeah, my dad's family is from Denmark. So I would love to come visit Denmark.
Well, that would get you
someday.
your fourth quadrant of the world. We did.
Yeah, that's true.
We were looking at this a while back. There's like the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere, eastern and western hemispheres, and so then you can break it up into the four. So, I did the math. I looked at it, and I figured out that I've been to all four of them. I've been to, obviously we grew up in the northwestern one. Now we live in the southwestern. We went to southeastern when we go to either Apia or Australia, any of those places.
Yeah.
And then the northeastern would be like Europe in those areas. And I've spent time in Europe, and so I've actually been to all four. We found out that Melinda has been to 3, but not the northeastern. So Denmark would give you that northeastern quadrant.
Yep, one of these days I will go.
Anybody else out there been to all 4?
Let us know. Let's see, there was very cool. Is there a chance that AmSam? Oh, so could American Samoa become like Guam or Saipan in the near future?
Come like them?
Yeah. I don't know exactly what you mean, but I think I do. I don't see it happening because there's such a big military presence
Yeah.
in both of those places, and we have a military presence here, but it's very, very small.
Not like an actual base. So I think
like Coast Guard.
Saipan has like an official missile base there. Guam has 3 full-on military bases, so we'll never be like Guam in that way. We're not strategically, we're not in the right place. We don't have the right kind of landmass for it. We won't have a major military installation here. We may someday have a small military installation, which would be good if we did. It'd be good for the economy. Saipan is interesting because they get so much tourism from Asia, and they've got like legal gambling there, so they've got a pretty good market around like casinos and high-end shopping for tourists that come in for gambling and casinos and stuff. And I don't think strategically we're not located in the right place for that.
Just far enough away.
We never know if they legalize gambling here. Maybe that would really be a big deal here. But
Maybe.
I don't know. Hard to tell. That's a great question.
Saipan 420 is going to Saipan in 2 months.
Sweet.
Lucky.
Tell us how it is.
Yeah.
We'd love to go visit Saipan.
Very cool. Let's see, Brock asks, are there any other channels you guys recommend or would like to collaborate with?
Yeah, Jamily TV.
Yeah.
We always recommend them. They're really awesome. They do a lot of what we do, but they're over in Samoa. So go check out Jamily TV.
Yeah, been with them when the borders open up. Them coming this way, us going that way, either or both, and yeah, getting some video down together, which
Yeah.
would be a lot of fun. If you haven't seen them, I think they're cooler than us because, I don't know, they're a lot of fun to watch.
She's got like the cool white glasses.
Yeah.
I couldn't pull off the white glasses. And she's got her really cool hair.
I know.
We're pretty vanilla compared to them. They're pretty
kinda lame.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Is it dangerous for you to stand next to that coconut tree behind you? Good question. It probably is. I just never ever remember to think about that.
We should think about that more.
There are coconuts on the ground that have obviously fallen from the trees.
Can't really
So-
tell. This one behind us, it's actually far enough behind us. We're not underneath where the coconuts would fall at. They're a few feet away from us, so we're probably okay right here, but we should think about that more.
I know, we need to be more aware of that. I never do. Good question.
We need to take the last one or two questions and we gotta wrap it up.
Let's see. How's the island dealing with COVID-19? Is it recommended to wear a face mask everywhere? Good question. And no. So our borders have been closed since March. There have been a few repatriation flights from here to the mainland.
But none coming back in.
Yeah,
Not
and
yet.
there was a little bit between the two Samoas for like a month, but neither place had cases at the time, and so and then even those have shut down, and that border is shut down tight, and so yeah, life here is pretty normal. We don't have a lot of restrictions on us anymore. The kids go to school. I think technically they're still supposed to wear a mask. They all keep a mask in their backpack just in case. But
Say most days I don't see anybody wear a mask.
yeah, some people do still, but yeah, by far most people don't.
And nobody gives them heck for it. Nobody
No.
here, there's nothing wrong with wearing a mask. Nobody is gonna say, you don't need to wear that. There's no COVID here. Everybody's fine with it. It's just nobody really feels the need to.
Yeah.
It probably sounds so unresponsible. Or irresponsible,
Irresponsible.
sorry. That doesn't sound right.
But yeah, just especially because this is Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, those are some things that we feel so blessed because we are not Samoan and we don't have any family ties to the island and to the culture or anything. We feel so blessed to be able to call this place home. Like seriously, this is our backyard. This is where we get to live, and we can still afford to feed our children at the same time. This is, we looked for something like this for a lot of years when we were back in the States, and you either get one or the other. You can afford to live somewhere, or you get an ocean view even. And so yeah, we're so grateful to be able to call this place home. We're so grateful that we don't have any COVID cases here, that we can still go about our pretty much normal daily life, and we can FaceTime family back in the mainland like we would any other time. So
And while we're
We're
mentioning
really
being
blessed.
grateful, we are very grateful to everybody that watches our channel and comments and says hi to us when we're out in public. We have a small channel, like we've said, but we got some really awesome fans, and it's really enriched our lives, guys. It's made us feel like so much happier with how things are going in life. Not like we felt bad before, but like we realized that it's just that like we really love having in our lives is this channel and being able to share this beautiful island with the whole world and with people that have lived here and since moved away, or people that are getting ready to move here, and it's really brought a lot of purpose to us in a way that we didn't really have in our lives before. So thanks to everybody that supports us and watches our channel and shares our content. That really helps to
Yeah.
be able to grow our channel and spread the word.
feel like through there are the people who comment on every video, which we love, that I start to get feeling like I know you guys too.
We've never met.
Like we've met in person, like we're old buddies.
This means it's about to shut down.
All right, well, we're about to lose our connection, so let's just sign off, say
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving one more time. I hope that you get to take some time to be with loved ones and to think about what you're grateful for, and we'll say Tofa Soifua,
Bye.
Manuia Leaso.